Boys, we are back again with a One Punch Man chapter review. Today we have chapter 148 of the manga. Yet again, One Punch Man greatness is continuing. The last 3 or 4 chapters have been next level, and yet again, this chapter is like the new peak. Cannot wait to talk about it. Let's begin. The chapter begins with us seeing Garou and Bang stare off at one another, getting ready to fight with, Garou with his animalistic state, just growing, not saying any words, with Bang saying the following. What a sorry state you are in. Have you lost even the ability to talk? We have, Bang stripping off, revealing his super Chad old man body as he says the following. Garou, do you understand what it means to become a monster? I can't let the other heroes take you down. With my own hands, and we have him using his breathing technique and him getting ready to fight. I'll make you come to your senses. For the last time, I'll go all out. So this is Bang going all out. So Bang's full power. Let's see what he can do to this new monster form of Garou. So we have them two charging one another, and starts out with them clashing in the middle. It seems to be quite equal. We got, explosions going everywhere, with Bomb struggling to hang on to, continue watching the fight. We got Garou going for a punch, but Bang is able to redirect it with his martial art and go for a counter, but Garou is able to redirect his counter. Then we get a panel of them two just landing various strikes on one another, with each one of them being parried and returned, showing that they're extremely equal, with Bomb saying the following. He's trading even blows with Bang at full power. Has his power increased yet again? I think this kind of does confirm that Bang is indeed stronger than Bomb, with a lot of people going off an old statement from, I believe, the author or the manga artist that Bomb was indeed stronger than Bang, but with this it confirms that Bang is most likely stronger than Bang, or at least currently at their old age. Maybe in their prime Bomb was stronger, but I'm still going to say Bang is indeed stronger. Before I continue, make sure you're subscribed, and if you're an absolute mad lad, check out the other stuff in the description like the Discord and Patreon. Now back to the video. And we learn the actual official name of the technique Bang was using involving his breath. It's called Awakening Breath, a technique that draws from the very limits of one's body. He mastered it just from a glance, so Garou is able to use the Awakening Breath now, or I believe it was previously known as Abandonment or something like that, but the official name we get here is Awakening Breath, which is pretty cool. But Garou's adaptability and ability to copy moves is being demonstrated again, with him being able to, copy that by just looking at it for one time, which is absolutely insane. Then we see Bang pretty much amping himself even more, is able to outspeed Garou, land a kick, then land a bump, and then smash him down to the ground, showing that he does have somewhat of the advantage. But as he went for the final punch, Garou was able to counter him and chuck Bang onto the ground. Then we have Bang flipping back from under the ground, getting up to continue to fight, showing that Bang is bleeding and Garou still seems to be in, full health, with Bang saying the following. You're much more worth teaching now than when you were my disciple, you twisted punk. So Bang's actually showing respect to Garou's technique in his monster form here, especially with that last counter that actually outplayed Bang. So I would say so far in this fight between the two, full power Bang, that Garou is actually winning based on the amount of damage. As a whole, Garou tanky wise and raw durability is just so much more tankier than pretty much most people in the series of One Punch Man at this point. So it's going to take pretty much some crazy new special move for Bang to actually do any major damage. But that's all we get from Garou and Bang throughout this chapter. But you think that was hype enough? We got more hype to come. From there, we cut to Fura Ugly chasing some of the swordsmen, with him going for a full body melting punch. Vomited Fura Ugly, gotta respect him. I talked about this in my last review, but he's been doing some work and probably has the best, record of killing strong, higher level fighters in this whole arc as a whole. So, Fura Ugly is being an absolute beast. And we have him going for a punch, but Atomic Samurai is saved by another one of the samurais, and the younger A-class hero saved by the leader of the, swordsmen, the old man. And then we see that Fura Ugly lands a direct hit on both of them and has actually killed both of them. So 2 more kills for our boy Fura Ugly, with them freaking out. We also see Fura Ugly being desperate for some food, and to get some food he decided to begin eating some of the black S's. We see somehow that the leader, old man of the Council of Swordmasters, is still alive somehow somehow, even though half of his body has been absolutely destroyed. He tells Atomic Samurai that he's now the leader, and then he takes off his, necklace bead things, and out of nowhere, through this mysterious portal that he used his beads for, pulls out this sword which he calls it the following: the Sunblade, the secret blade made on an ancient continent which sank into the ocean, said to have been passed down for generations within the Council of the Swordsmen, and he's giving this sword to Atomic Samurai, who he's appointing as the new leader. And he also mentions to search for the Moonblade, the Sunblade and the Moonblade. It is said that the warrior who wields both will obtain unparalleled power as the Swordsmaster. Bringing that legend to reality is the Council of Swordmasters' long-standing mission. So most likely this is hinting at Atomic Samurai's super crazy power-up. I'm guessing he's going to use this, Sunblade in the up-and-coming fight against, something regarding Black S, and he's going to demonstrate his new improved power. And maybe in a later arc he's going to actually get the Moonblade as well and be an actual top-tier, fighter. So, remember this scene for a future arc, or maybe a later event during this arc itself with, Atomic Samurai's future power-up. And yep, the old man is dead, so 2 more kills for our boy Vomited Furo Ugly, still going on an absolute rampage, and he's now eating some of the Black S's, with this actually triggering Black S quite immensely. And we see that Furo Ugly is actually planning to, eat all the Black S's and take over as pretty much the head monster at this point. And of course, Black S doesn't accept this, saying, "Hey arsehole, you crossed the line just like that, you're going to regret it." He notices all the other heroes such as Tatsumaki, Genos, and Super Alloy Darkshine, who are pretty weakened from all the fighting, so they're kind of struggling with the remaining Black S's, so he deems that it doesn't really matter at this point. He says, "There's nothing to stop us from merging. Let's go, guys. Time to dish out some punishment for this rotten, vomited bastard." And we see all the black sperms fusing into one. We see Furo Ugly looking over there with a beam of light coming from the fused version, and before Furo Ugly can even understand what's going on, he has been hit multiple times by this new version of Black S, and he tries to vomit on him with his, digestive spit thing, and we see that it has no effect on this new super buff form of Black S. Then we have Black S landing a direct punch on Furo Ugly, and then finally the moment we've been waiting for since, the introduction of Black S for us, webcomic readers, the arrival of Golden Sperm born with a blast. Absolute hype, and looks as chatly as we wanted it to be. And we also learned that Golden S is immune to Furo Ugly's digestive fluids ability that he got from Gums. And that is the end of the chapter. And let me tell you, what a chapter. We have a hype fight between Garou and Blast, and the arrival of Golden S, which when comparing it to the webcomic version of Golden S, this actually happened a lot earlier in the manga version compared to the webcomic, and how he attained Golden S is a little bit different as well, but I can't really complain. Golden S is here, and the possible strongest monster that we've seen so far is here, and I cannot wait to see what he's going to do to these other injured S-Class heroes. And I believe Furo Ugly will most likely be destroyed next chapter by Golden S, unless he somehow escapes and becomes, the overlord main villain of the whole series, which I wouldn't mind at this point, because Furo Ugly is becoming the goat of the monsters. But yeah, top tier chapter as a whole. Let me know your thoughts on the chapter down below. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, shout out to the people who support the channel via the Patreon. If you want to support the channel while receiving various benefits, make sure to check out the Patreon. But yep, that's it guys. Peace.